it's going to be a joke the way we've treated it over these last couple of decades, because there are children that are growing up where it's been legalized the entire time and they don't understand what the big deal is. None of their parents have OD. No one's stolen anything. Mm-hmm. They've been productive, quality citizens, and it's helped, people who are sick, and they've seen that. And so now we have a whole different conversation happening at the dinner table now over Christmas and Thanksgiving and holidays, etc. Like, Mom, I'm doing this. I'm in this now.
Well, let me just tell you that I really checked out this holiday season, because the last few holiday seasons I've been working.
Same.
And 2 years ago, when I was working with this global cannabis medicinal manufacturer, our focus was on pediatric cancer. And the regulations had come in through at 2018. I had a whole new product packaging suite ready to go to market. We had to basically reassess all of our packaging because the new regulations came through and they would be enforced in January. So we had almost no time to really kind of turn it around and get compliant super fast. And then there was additional stress of knowing that all of these patients needed access to medicine. And if you have epileptic seizures, it's expensive. It's not cheap to take cannabis medicine, and especially when that you had the additional lab testing that you need to have, especially to give your children cannabis medicine. So it was very high stakes, serious business, a big honor to be able to participate in that aspect of the market, but it was extremely difficult. So that's another side of legalization, some hurdles that we've faced, and just trying to navigate the obstacles, be compliant, and also still have that quality that we bring through the supply chain to the end user.
That's been a problem in a lot of states that come on board. Like, you come up with a product, you get it all ready to go to market, and then they change the regulations, and now you got to change your labeling, or you have to add this, or this ingredient can't be here, or you have to list this, or this symbol has to be present. So it's been difficult for a lot of entrepreneurs. Some of them have even tanked. So how does that work for you guys? Do you have investors on board? Do you have, a sweet pot hanging somewhere, like this is just in case things happen? How does that work for you guys?
Well, I will say thank goodness for digital printing.
Okay. Okay.
But yes, people have lost thousands in trying to navigate, the different requirements. I mean, these days, in terms of California, the Bureau of Cannabis Control is the organization that regulates. Manufactured Cannabis Safety Branch is the arm underneath that, the California Department of Public Health that oversees the packaging and that aspect of it. They've become, I think, more interested in supporting everybody because they've heard the cries.
Of course.
So now, for example, most recently, we had to incorporate another universal symbol, which is just the icon that very explicitly indicates cannabis is contained within the product. So for a vape cart, for example, now it really needs to be a label, or it needs to be printed on the vape cart. So instead of requiring that everybody have it printed on there, which would have been difficult, for example, the Bureau and the Manufactured Cannabis Safety Branch just asked everybody to apply a label. So,
a sticker or something. So
that made things a lot easier. And one of the big issues I've faced is just, with our ethos of honoring the planet, honoring consciousness around our impact, with my clients and with all of our products, I'm very much focused on sustainability, on just conscious packaging. So using a lot of glass, diminishing the amount of plastic that we're using, encouraging our audience to reuse, renew, recycle, things of that nature. That's been a big driving force for me in terms of navigating the regulations and just being a voice for that with the Bureau and with the new regulations coming in. Another example would be Oregon. Oregon had an exit bag, so you could put your products in the exit bag.
Absolutely.
You could buy one for $4 at the retailer, or you could bring your own. Mm-hmm. In California, I was really making a stand for that, and unfortunately, it didn't happen. And very potentially, I think that the plastic lobby might be a part of that. They have a big incentive for us to use plastic for everything.
Of course.
I think about who might benefit from that. Yep. There were people that are concerned about their children, which is legitimate. I don't think babies are going to eat flour personally. I think that they're not going to want to eat this dried flour. It's not very palatable.
Right.
I mean, I like to eat a little bud every now and then wanted to taste it, but
Right.
I'm not a baby.
Exactly.
So I think it also just, I mean, I'm just going to overspeak here, but I think it says a lot about our country now and the values and where we place responsibility. Are we giving parents the benefit of the doubt that they will watch over their children? They'll keep the cannabis away from their children?
No, they think they're incompetent. Like you have no business having a child, apparently, or a young adult, because you aren't responsible for your own medicine in your own home.
But alcohol is not child resistant, is
At
it?
all.
And alcohol's right there. It's right there
In the fridge,
in
in the
bar,
cabinet, everywhere.
And people drink it at the family affairs. So I would say to you all, let's teach our children what it means. Let's teach our children about cannabis medicine, about the sacred plant that has been valued for thousands of years for its health benefits, for the paper that we write on, so many industrial uses, and superconductors. They've found that it can be used for superconductors.
Of course.
I mean, it's incredible. So
But when you think about this, Courtney, like you just named a whole bunch of industries that it disrupts. Don't you understand why it's illegal? It is.
It's disrupting right now.
It is.
Yeah, we're overturning prohibition, and we're doing it through education, through love, through community building. It's happening now. This is it. This is the movement, and we're all a part of it.
We are all a part of it. And that's what I'm so grateful about, because I feel the change. I feel the shift. I really, really do. Even 6 years ago, it wasn't feeling like this. It felt like you were by yourself in different segments and sometimes, but now it feels like collectively we are making things happen. So I'm super excited. When we come back, I want to talk to you about your tarot cards, because I saw that and I was so excited about that.